Parents, have you been hearing your kids chant words like tra-la-la, tra-la-lero, or ballerina cappuccino? Those words may sound innocent and dumb, but they're really not. Many versions are hidden with phrases like,
Hi, and welcome to another video. It's been a little bit, but I'm back again. It's been quite the journey. With all that being said, I hope that you're getting through this. I know there's been a lot going on. To just keep your eyes on the true prize, which is the Most High, okay? But in this video, I'm going to talk about something that has irritated me just now, even finding out, has irritated me so much. As parents, we literally try. It is so hard to raise in this world, no, and then knowing on top of that, that at every turn, every screen, every avenue, they try their hardest to push this agenda. And what I'm talking about is brain rot. Now, it itself sounds absolutely stupid. If you've ever heard about brain rot, you see those videos.
So now that I added the evil 6-7 kid and the regular 6-7 kid to my Fortnite map, everyone's been asking me to add the 6-7 brain rot character.
6-7, 6-7, 6-7.
But adding in these custom powers takes a lot of work and time, so I'll add it to the map only if I get 167,000 subscribers.
Peep game, y'all. This whole trend started with a kid allegedly saying XY 6-7 in a gym. Why do they have to make everything look evil and demonic afterwards? Like, really think about that. Like, it's so clear and apparent.
6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. What are you doing in a classroom, 6, 7? This isn't where you are meant to be at all, 6, 7. Should we add this to steal a brain rot? Let us know in the comments.
Notice how evil it looks and how they put it in the classroom. Like, and they even saying that you're not supposed to be in a classroom. Like, that stuff is so distracting, and it just seemed like it just has an ominous, weird, brainwashy feeling. And kids that don't know any better or not in the truth and have discernment can easily be targeted. Pray over your kids, y'all. Let the blood of Christ be over y'all kids. But yes, these are the stupid videos that have no real meaning, no real purpose, no real anything of any type of education except to teach youths about stupidness, to teach youths and distract them from what really is important, which is creating that relationship with our Father, creating our relationships through Christ, because this is all temporary. And I'm not perfect in any way possible. I literally am fighting through this thing in the Matrix 2 with bills. There was just a government shutdown, so they were withholding all these different things that help people that work and help people that have families that are trying to push through in this thing. So it hasn't always been easy, even before this. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to is breaking free from this matrix. And I'm going to be talking about that a lot on this channel as well. I'm going to play this video real quick. Essentially, the theme and the trend, I'm not even going to say it after finding out what this was all about, but you could see it on the screen, finding out what, and apparently brain rot, it's like an Italian family. There's like this Cuphead AI thing and a tree trunk, or is that a cinnamon? I don't even know. It's just stupid. I'm going to go ahead and play this video and let you know my thoughts after.
People are now finding out what tralaleo tralala actually means in Italian. And not only are people apologizing, but they are begging for forgiveness after saying it so many times. So for context, the Italian brain rot of tralaleo tralala has been going super viral lately. And he is literally just a shark that wears blue Nike shoes. And the Italian brain rot has to be my most favoriteest thing on the internet lately, with characters like Tum 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 Sahur, Bombadillo Crocodilo, and Ballerina Cappuccino. And people are recently finding out that Ballerina Cappuccino has to be the most biggest bop of all time. She has kids with Tum 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 Sahur, and most recently had babies with Tralaleo Tralala. But this is where it gets even more worser. After Tum Tum Sahur and Ballerina Cappuccino posted their behind the scenes video that went mega viral, people are now looking even more into the lore, and they have now found out what Tralaleo Tralala allegedly means, and it literally makes me sick to my stomach that I've been saying it this much. Now this all makes sense why Tum 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 Sahur is now running from the police, because Tralaleo Tralala really means, translated to English, it allegedly means God is a blank. Has Italian brain rot gone too far? People are now finding out what Tralaleo...
So, and I just want to throw this term out there, this little disclaimer that even though they're being mocking and stuff like that, you know, they're not talking about my God, because God is a loose term and he can't be mocked, okay? He's yeah. So Satan is the God of this world, unfortunately, temporarily. So, you know, the lowercase g God, whatever, but they might as well be talking about him. So just putting it out there, but at the same time, the fact that they're trying to put this into, you know, youth's mouths is absolutely foul and disgusting. Okay, and I've seen multiple comments. Now, I don't say it, but I definitely just repented if I've said anything. I haven't. It's just based off of straight up wisdom that I look back and I'm just like, wow, I don't just say things and I don't just do things that I don't understand or I don't know the meaning of. And unfortunately, a lot of people do that, especially youths. Youths are not going to understand. Youths are just soaking in this environment, and it is our responsibility as adults to shape them, to mold them into where they must go. You already know I say this Bible verse over and over again on this channel is because it is so detrimental, like this one sentence, and that is train a child up in the way they should go, and when they are old they will not depart from it. That's why from a young age I've whispered into my kids' ears since they were babies about the Lord, about loving the Lord. But of course, we are in an environment where Satan also wants to teach your kids. And just hearing that, is anybody Italian out there? There are mixed things that people are saying. I'm surprised nobody that's Italian speaking or knows the language has really come up. I will go and look. But as far as I'm concerned, this is just absolutely disgusting. I repented for my kids. Like they're in the unaccountable age, okay, where they are blameless, but you have to start telling your kids this from the rip. I don't even follow trends, but they're going to automatically jump and hop onto everything that they see that's entertaining. I remember seeing the shark with the sneakers on and thinking like, this is just some AI stuff. I don't even know. I'm going to go and look at some of the comments. There was a comment so you'll have some comments that'll say says that in English. They'll say, I looked it up. It doesn't say that at all. This one person says, this one says, I never said it, but God, please forgive me. Please forgive everyone else. Basically, people apologizing. And on a positive note, it is good to see some people apologizing, and a lot of people actually. So a lot of people want to go on the right path and praying to God. Now, of course, you know, everybody, I don't know, God is a very loose word. Not a lot of people know about the truth, about the real deal, about the uppercase G God. But I'm going to continue reading comments. This one, I'm not even going to say it. That word doesn't mean anything. What goes after that is actually what has a dark meaning. Okay. Like what? What are you talking about? Be me, yes, me. It means, yeah. Okay. And it really should put things in perspective for you, because everybody wants to say that, oh, you know, you're being religious. The Bible, that is so religious, religion this, religion that. And yet these people are celebrating holidays with, you know, a fat white guy in a suit, now a fat black guy, because I've been seeing a lot of black Santa Claus, chocolate Santa Clauses on store shelves, and it's all a trick and a plot to, you know, have everybody included because more of our people are waking up. But you have people that say they call it Bible religious, but you're like, you know, you're putting up trees, decorating pine trees, putting it in your home and waiting for and telling your kids that a fat white guy is going to show up and give you presents. That sounds like, you know, that sounds religious to me. That doesn't seem rational to me. There's a lot of folklore, like a lot of, rituals that you guys do that sounds like, if anything, that sounds religious to me. But it's absolute irony at its finest, because it's like you either gonna serve one thing or the other, whether you think you're atheist or whatever the case is, you doing some type of worshiping. So why not worship the maker? Everybody could do what they want to do. I'm not only here to tell you what to do, nor do I want to. I'm just saying what it is, and that's what it is. But I'm gonna go down a couple more comments. There was one comment that I saw. Worser, yeah, that's what I said. But he probably did that on purpose, and he's probably entertaining a kid, a young audience. Okay, this one says the same thing, that it's but it's blasphemy towards two gods. I mean, we all know the Bible verse, God will not be mocked, okay? And God knows that, in who's saying it in innocence, as far as like the youth who, like I said, are blameless, who are saying it in ignorance, I meant to say. As stated earlier, they ain't talking about my God, okay? The uppercase G God, the most high, okay? These false deities and false gods, it is what it is, but it's just crazy what they trying to put into kids' ears. People need to hop out of this. They don't know what they're saying, and leave, because again, the age of accountability, these youths are used for a reason, but once you reach a certain age, you're supposed to understand and use at least common sense, or really wisdom, to understand what you're doing. You're not just going to say something just to say it, right? Like, and if you do, you got to check yourself immediately. Now you have to really look yourself in the mirror and ask these important questions. Like, you're not supposed to just say stuff just to say it. For example, if you say your mom, okay, or somebody's insulting you and you tell they mama or whatever the case is, that's very disrespectful. If you're going to go travel to another country that you've never been to, there would be some things that you would want to look up to make sure that you're not disrespecting the culture, because these cultures do not play. The girl that was in Dubai.
All right, this is a terrifying case. A family right now is desperately working to get a young woman home from overseas, back here in the States. She was on vacation and it turned into a nightmare, and she has now spent months detained in Dubai. Social media influencer Tiara Young Allen has been detained since May after she got into a car accident in Dubai and then attempted to retrieve some personal belongings from a rental car company. And that's when things started to go sideways. The rental company worker told her that she needed to pay money in order to get her items back, including her ID, her credit card, and some other personal belongings. Tiara's mom says that the worker was aggressive and started screaming at Tiara. And Tiara then screamed back. She was charged with screaming in public, which is a crime in Dubai.
Turkey necking at the men there. That may be cool to do here in the States, but they will arrest and behead women out there. They don't play games with their own women. So imagine what they would do to you. So of course you will want to know what not to say, what not to do in certain countries. And that's because you don't the whole, even here, being ignorant of the law does not excuse you from the law. Like, if you don't know that you're supposed to put on your headlights during rain or when it's dark outside, the police are still going to issue that ticket. That doesn't help you escape from consequences. Well, there was a comment that said that's why you don't follow any of the trends. I don't follow any of the trends at all. I don't know what, even the whole 6-7 thing that kids are saying, I do not know, and I try. It's a difficulty. And as I say that, I'm reminded of certain things where you don't even peep that it's a trend. You just say stuff, or you're used to just say something like risen. Like, now I'm about to look up what like riz, like what is that all about? Like, they make it seem like it's one thing is what I'm saying, but it could be the other. It's just important. We're not perfect at the end of the day. Of course, God has grace, but you have to look into and do the research to things first and understand what's going on. And now that this has come up, it's definitely a big major red flag to, for the future, look even deeper. Because people will look at you and think you're overthinking, when in reality, people aren't thinking enough. Okay. So I'm going to go to this Bible verse that came to mind that the Holy Spirit put on me as soon as I thought, and even before this whole thing, while they were saying that. And I told my kids, I'm like, you don't know. What does that mean? Like, get that. It always irritated me. Get that out of my ear. I don't know what that means. And on top of that, even before, just it sounded very stupid. It sounded very annoying or repetitive and just irritated me in general. But if you go to 1 Corinthians 14 through 27, 28, this is KJV. If any man speak in an unknown tongue, let it be by two or at the most by three, and that by course, and let one interpret. Okay. Somebody has to interpret. But if there be no interpreter, let him keep silence in the church and let him speak to himself and to God. This is going for the church if someone is preaching, but you can apply that to just about everything because in reality, if somebody is saying something to me, I don't understand. Or if you go to the nail shop and they speaking, I always felt uncomfortable because I don't know what you talking about, what you saying, you giggling, laughing. I don't know. I haven't gone to the nail shop in how long? It wasn't because of that, but essentially finances. But it makes me not really want to go even now. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be aware of your surroundings. That's why it's important and essential to know and be aware of these things. And a lot of people are losing brain cells more and more nowadays. That's why they put things in the fast food to dumb you down. That's why they put things on the TV screen in front of these kids' phone screens. It's like it's a challenge because technology, I don't think technology, in my opinion, is bad, honestly, based off of the truth. God created everything, the crumbs of heaven, okay? It's spoken from a wise man. The things that they know in this thing is just crumbs of what God actually knows. So the technology, they're getting it from the most high, but they're using it for evil. Okay. Yes, it's a good thing to be able to communicate with each other. Your kids get older, they have a phone to communicate with them, to know where one another is, to know X, Y, and Z, or when you're out, whatever. Right. But they're going to use these same things against you. Okay. And that's why it's important. You can't always watch them 100%. You can't always be on top of 100%. That's why you just have to actually have practice faith and know that God is the most high. He is omnipresent, present, and also use his words as a shield and a weapon. Okay. As a sword and a shield, right? To protect you, the ones you love, and to pray for others. So it's like, it's important to just know these things. Okay. And it pisses me off because even the whole storyline of the teacup head with a cinnamon branch is absolutely wild because of what they're doing. I'm not necessarily it itself is whatever, it's a cartoon, whatever, but what they represent and the thoughtism that they push out there. But also to be wary about these trends, not even wary, but just not do them. Okay. And also, if you, again, you can't watch and see what everybody is doing all at once. We could only try our best. Our kids are going to want to watch certain things, whatever, and watch things for entertainment because you can't 100% control everything. But once something has been brought to your attention, once you understand and learned that lesson from that thing, it's up to you, okay, to make the appropriate decisions to move forward, even if it's step by step with your youth, because it's not easy to just do things all in one day. But oh no, this is getting cut off immediately. Like, this is absolutely insane, especially once I let my youth know what it means. It should be cut off immediately. Okay. It's not right. It's just absolutely trash, garbage, and I rebuke it. And I hate this for the youths out there and whom saying this. And there's adults saying this stuff. That's why I said I ain't follow this trend. I already repented for my kids, and just try our best in this thing. But this is absolutely disgusting, and we already know God will not be mocked. Period. Like, even this whole situation, like, they brought up the false gods, like, literally, like, it's amazing how his word just is true and true. Like, he's literally not getting mocked. Like, and anyone who has anything in their heart or any type of malice is just not, it's just not wise to do that. And seek him in this thing. Seek him in this thing. And it really lets you know everything. Like, there's people that still think that, God isn't real, whatever cases, even though the Bible is playing out verbatim in front of them, they'll still be in la la land, too smart for their own good, or call everything religious and live in a lie. Okay. And that there's nothing I could do about that. Hopefully you could, see something from this video and learn from it. But I do have a book out as well that's going over so many things that I had went through that God has shown me. If you are planning on having a kid in the future, or you are pregnant, or you're in a single mom situation, unfortunately, or you are in a family unit and you want to thrive in your new generations, even though we are in the last hour, things that if I had known before, during, and after becoming a mother, I would have avoided, like birth certificates, epidural, and other things, even stepping foot into a hospital. If you want to check that book out while showing your support, getting edification, the link will either be in the description or the pinned comment. But with all that being said, more importantly, seek Christ, okay? He is speaking on your behalf. His grace and mercy is being shown truly, okay? Truly, it is the Most High's grand design that is allowing you to be able to have the opportunity to get out of this hellish existence, okay? Where these people, these things, these entities are trying to go after your youth's minds. Look at the actual meaning, thank you Holy Spirit, of brain rot. You don't even you don't have to understand that terminology that they're putting out there, but brain rot in itself, they're letting you know what they want to do with your kids. Okay, brain, this is y'all brain. Okay, what is the meaning of rot? Okay, rot is decay, decomposition. Okay, decomposition. All right, the decay or cause to decay by the action of bacteria and decomposing. What does decaying have to do with? It has to do with ending, and that's where Satan wants you to go. Everything that anything to do with him is always trying to lead to our abrupt end, so that we don't have the opportunity to know the truth and walk in the truth before meeting our maker, which at the end of the day is inevitable. All right, please show this to your kid, your what it actually means. Take it seriously, even if they say, oh no, they have people say that doesn't, or whatever the case is. Just know that, just take it serious. Don't take any chances.
Parents, have you been hearing your kids chant words like tra-la-la, tra-la-lero, or ballerina cappuccino? Those words may sound innocent and dumb, but they're really not. Many versions are hidden with phrases like porco dio that actually are blasphemy. Porco dio means damn God or damn Allah in Italian. There is also Bombardino Crocodilo, which dates back to 1972 and is actually a song or a chant that was about a man who dropped a bomb on a Vietnamese family. Now, most kids have no idea what they're saying, but it's our job as parents to do the research, find the root, so that we actually know what it is that our kids are talking about and doing. I highly recommend you looking up Italian brain rot, finding the roots, the origins, and all the hidden messages. It's pretty sad. I think the saddest part is that they are attacking children. They are going after children who are innocent and have no idea, but spreading horrible messages.
And again, this just pisses me off. And it's crazy that I'm making this video now, but literally just yesterday, my my son was saying we were in the car, and his grandmother was there, saying, oh, say these words, the trend with that, the words that are trending. And she repeated it and she laughed and she said, I hope I'm not saying any cuss words. And to ironically be sitting here, and I looked it up, and it means this thing, literally just blows my mind. And I just, all praises to the Most High, because if he's letting you know something, he's trying to warn you, trying to tell you, because especially because he knows your heart, what it is, and to make the change and make the difference, because these people are so disrespectful. The wrath of God is gonna come on these people, yo. Like, it's crazy, like, because especially it's going like after the youth. Like, repent, y'all, repent, seek the Most High, because when Christ coming back, it's not gonna be no debating or anything like that you could do. All right, is just gonna be the straight fact and straight wrath and fire. So let's, so yeah, that's wanted to throw another video in there. And honestly, again, this is just checking me as well to look deeper. Sometimes you just get so boggled down with everything that's going on. That's what he wants. So let this be a warning to you. Let this be a good thing that God is bringing this to your attention, to tackle it, body slam it, stomp it out, and spit on it. Because at the end of the day, the Most High will not be mocked. Okay. He's the Most High, He's King. And at the end of the day, this is temporary. Okay. He's testing people right now. Okay. So be good, be blessed, and stay sober minded on these spiritual streets. Peace.